All right, welcome. We couldn't afford intro music. We're back for Cobalt's Couch Season 6. For World Race Unleashed Season 6. This is going poorly. I'm not restarting. First up, I'm joined by Dandoob.
I'm always here. We're back, baby.
Also, Gore. That went well. Thank you, Gore.
Do you hear me?
We do now.
What the hell? Hello, everyone. Sorry, I don't know why this sound didn't go out.
And also, Gunnar.
Hello, people.
All right, we have a new season. It has taken a long time to prep, and what we're going to do here today, first and foremost, the most important thing, we're going to look at our sponsors. Look how many sponsors we have. I'm not reading them off this time. It's Gore's turn to read them all off.
Let's go.
No, I'm kidding. You don't have to. Thank you to all our sponsors. They all are made by people in the community. Many of them reference teams or people in the community and their projects and everything like that. And it's just cool stuff that we can slap on the side of cars to just make it look a little more racing.
Fancy.
All right, let's start with the Acceleron League. So first up, this season we have crossplay. So rather than having a console league with PlayStation League, Xbox League, and PC leagues, we just have two leagues, which is Acceleron and Nitrox. Acceleron is replacing the PC League. It is the best of the best, using the top teams from both the console and PC teams, combining them into one league, and then at the end of the season, the bottom two teams of the Acceleron League will be moved down to Nitrox. The top two teams of Nitrox will be moving on to Acceleron. And then for Nitrox, with their two teams moving up, their bottom two teams will be eliminated, removed from the thing, and two new teams will replace them. So let's have a look at the first of our Nitrox teams, Acceleron teams. We have Neostorm Evolution, Season 5's winners.
The Blue Boys.
I want to just look at these lineups, right? That's the main thing I want to do this season. I want to look at lineups, the cars. We've got Animax back in RDO2.
Let's fucking go.
The King returns.
So I haven't played enough of Hobbles Unleashed 2 at a competitive level. I haven't been able to get in on any of these competitive lobbies or pro lobbies, so I don't know what the best cars are in the game. That's what you guys are for.
It's just
is RDO2 good?
Swift.
It's just Swift.
It's just Swift. Swifts are good. So RDO2 good car.
RDO2 is a rocket, but it's a.
Dan, what the hell? It's not even a rocket. It's a balanced car. It's actually one of the best ones in general. It has great top speed. It has great potential on straight lines. I feel that Neostorm got some great opportunities. They got mostly a good balance of drift and rocket cars as well as balance it. So I think their lineup is very strong in general. RDO2 was a great pick for Animax. I was expecting more people to pick it up before him because it was one of their last picks. So
yeah,
really surprised, but really interested on what Neostorm has to come.
Yeah, we got Power Pipes on Night Shifter. Power Pipes has been the absolute one of the peak drivers in the league the last two seasons. Being only second to Kami for most of the races. So what about Night Shifter? It's not going to hold him back or anything?
I don't think
It's Swift.
Absolutely not. It's a very strong car in general, one of the best.
One thing we do need to be aware of as well is because it is a different game, the skills don't 100% transfer over. It's not a one-to-one thing, so just because you're the best at the first one doesn't necessarily mean you'll be the best at the second one. But it's a good guideline.
Yeah.
We've got Pato in the S2K. I don't know much about him at all. I don't think I've heard of him at all.
He's a track builder.
A track builder?
Track.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Really
he's a
good
track
character.
builder that was first on Switch. He's really good in general. A good addition to the team.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we've got. I'm just going to skip over Garnivals for a moment. We're going to go on to Akira with the Defensinator. I haven't even unlocked this car. Is this even a good car?
Yeah,
It's a
from what
very
I know,
strong.
go on.
Yeah.
It's a very strong rocket. It has 5 pips by default.
Ooh.
Very good top speed. Very good and capable for cornering. So I see there's as I said, and Animax and Neostorm did a great job with their lineup,
Yeah.
and all of their cars, from any perspective you can see, are very strong one way or another.
Yep. All right, and then I just want to skip over Beck for a second. We'll come back to him. Kami in Split Image 2. Now, Kami is currently the highest ranked driver in the league, if I'm not mistaken. The highest ranked PC driver, anyway. So, dominant driver from the previous couple of seasons and the previous game. Does that carry? Is he still as insane as he was?
Yeah. He alright, I guess.
Well, do we think anyone out there is
Definitely.
beating him? That is an astounding
what'd you say?
yes. Do we think anyone else in the league is beating him?
Maybe.
Dasher.
Maybe. Does she? Dasher's in Nitrox.
Is a,
I know.
yeah.
Dashers in Nitro.
Yeah.
To be honest, I feel,
So, all right. So, Kami still might be the dominating force here. And Split Image 2, I'm assuming, is just a really good car.
Yes.
From what I've seen, it's pretty good.
That's an understatement.
Yeah. Okay.
Splitting Image 2 is this game's track manga.
Okay. That's cool. All right. Now, I want to point out something here. With Acceleron League, right? This is top level racing. You're going to want drivers with a PPR of 8 plus at a minimum, right? Because you've got like the best drivers in. I know Garnivals is a good friend with Animax and Kami, so like obviously he's gonna get a spot on this team regardless of his PPR. But is that gonna let him down? Oops, I've dropped that. Is that gonna let them down a bit just to have a bit of a lower, a lower ranked driver, or has he improved?
I mean, he's improved, and also it doesn't really matter when you just have such strong people.
Yeah, you're right.
Like,
Yeah.
just-
Yep.
With having strong people, you have time to train the weaker people up.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
You
yeah.
just let the strong people race, and then you just train someone up, and then you just let them in, and
Yeah,
Just-
no, that's fair enough.
Just really tactical
Like,
about
look
it.
at this. We've got Kami here with 10 fucking career wins. That's insanity. And lastly, Beck. So Beck has never raced in the proper leagues before. Never raced in Acceleron. But he has raced Street League and has made the Street League finale, which is where he's gotten his points from. So all of his points have come from exactly Street League finale, because that's the only time Street League gives you recorded stats. But his career PPR is not very nice from those, and I can only speak for the first game, and Dandu's going to disagree with me on this because it's Dandu. The Mattel Dreammobile was hot shit in the first game. It was garbage. Is it better?
Oh no! What do you mean?
It's better.
No, it wasn't that bad.
It was so
Oh yeah,
bad.
it's better.
It's better?
It's better now. But
Is it
It is better.
It's better
viable?
now.
Is it viable?
It's a Swift, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
assume
it's
so.
viable.
Okay.
So it's a mix of a rocket and a Swift. It has the Swift handling, but it has the rocket strength in the boost, and it also has 5 pips.
Okay.
It's also very fast. I see it again. It's also a very strong choice for the team.
Yeah. Cool. All right, let's move on to the Conquerors, our last season's winners of the console league. We have so much we can say with this. First up, we got RMD, who is a dominant driver in the PlayStation League. For quite some time, he was the number 2 driver. I think he took a season, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
No,
Season
sir.
4.
No.
Yes, he
Oh
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Season
he
4.
did. Yeah, Gore.
yeah. He won season 4. Yeah, you're right.
So that's a strong driver to have on the team. But Alias is a very consistently decent driver, like an 8.4. I said like 8 is about the threshold of what you want for a minimum out of your Acceleron drivers. But then we've got 3 new drivers, and then Johnny and Aero, unfortunately, not to be rude or anything, but their stats don't really scream Acceleron
Well,
contenders.
to be fair, Arrow also had a season in the monster truck.
He did have a season in the monster truck. That does bring you down. All right, let's double it for that. I heard there was a bit of issue with RMD's recruitment. I heard that he wasn't so good with bringing people in. Is that, or am I getting him mixed up with Roro again?
No, you're not getting it mixed
No,
up.
you are correct.
So what was that? Was he just not recruiting, or?
He was just very slow with it.
Okay.
So here's how I see it. It started off slow, then it picked up too fast, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what happened, and there was a whole mix-up.
I'm so glad to see the Liberty Nissan in here. Beautiful car.
Yes.
Is there any car on this team that's going to let the team down?
Yes.
Oh?
You say what you
Yes.
think.
I think Rolling Thunder and maybe Drift King will
Okay.
let it down.
See, Rolling
Okay.
Thunder with Johnny also doesn't give me big hope either.
Okay, so I kind of agree with Dan a little bit. Mainly with the off-road cars, because they're best off-road, of course. Most tracks are not going to be off-road.
I mean, it's good to have them on reserve for an off-road track, though, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
Just
Yeah, they
To be
depends.
honest,
So, like, having them, of course, on reserve, that's a very smart move. Especially having 2 of them. That means you can send them both.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
then you've got to keep them on reserve. If he's just putting them in because they're available on every track, then it's not going to be so useful.
And
The thing is,
They could be a dead weight in some cases.
Yeah,
the thing
and we
is,
don't know what RMD's plan is going for, like the scheduling of his drivers.
Yeah.
into specific things.
We've
So
got Alyssa on the Quattro. Wasn't the Quattro like being reviewed to be banned at one point?
it was.
It got
and
fixed.
then,
It was.
reviewed
It
it.
was, but
Has it been
It's
nerfed, or did
not
we
a-
just decide
I mean-
against it?
It got fixed.
no, we
decided
we
against
took
it.
the test in the vehicle, and the reason why Quattro was decided to not be banned is because if you look at the performance of the vehicle in general, not only in off-road but in general, the car is on par with most of the vehicles that are not banned.
Okay.
So if we look exclusively at the off-road benefit, yeah, that could be a potential ban, but that relies entirely on the track.
Okay.
It's not like it's going to be super broken every time, like for example the Honda Civic or the pre-nerf Fiat 500, because those vehicles were able to exceed in every sort of circuit. But in this case, the Quattro, it can be potentially bannable if we
Yep.
see that in the future with off-road tracks, it gets a lot of traction and potential
Yep.
compared to other vehicles. But for now, it's okay to go.
That's good. I mean, so it's a strong car, which is good to see, especially for a new driver. I love seeing a new driver in a strong car. It gives them a good chance to like close the gap on the stronger drivers.
Yeah. To kind of go along with what Gore was saying, the Quattro, it's actually its own class of off-road cars.
Okay.
And there's only one other car now, and that's the Lancia 037, which I'm sure we'll get to eventually. And they're both actually classified as rallies. I think that was the kickstart of that whole debate.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
The Quattro.
All right, let's have a look at Riptide. They've got a lot of third places throughout their time in the league, but then they got picked up second last season, which has been really nice. All right, so we got Soul Crusher in Split Image, so that's confirmed a good car. We got Happy Jerzo in the Reverb. Is Reverb as insane as it should be?
You kind of have to work with it.
Okay, because
Yeah,
like
it's a card that needs to get some practice with, so you can get the full potential.
as a
Especially
fan
It's
of
balanced.
as a fan of the series, I want Reverb to be like a dominant bannable car.
Its main problem is the fact that it's actually really long. So you have to work with that length
Yeah,
in order to like make it through curves correctly, or
Yeah.
if like or if there's people like next to you, you have to make sure that the length of your car doesn't mess either of you up.
okay, okay.
Also, its class is balanced, so it's kind of bad in terms of boost regen.
Alright. We've got Affix Twin in the classic Picard. Is this car viable in this game?
Yes, it is. I love it.
Okay,
It's Swift.
I'll accept that it is viable. Cool. That's hilarious, and I love it. However, is a 5.5 average viable in this league?
Affleck can make it work. I
blame
believe
you
in him.
for that.
What do you mean you blame me for that?
Oh, I dropped my controller.
Didn't you have him racing in a fucking Cadillac?
Hey, now
He
that
wanted
wasn't
to
Dan's
race it.
choice. To be
He told me
completely
he wanted
fair,
to
that wasn't Dan's choice.
Yeah, that's understandable, but like, I don't know, man. Like, he did pick up like that one really nice fourth place on that chaotic fucking point to point. That was no, it wasn't even point to point. The chaotic
It was
Nitrox Jamboree. Yeah, that was a chaotic race, and I'm here for it. I love that race. It's one of my favorite ones we've ever like watched. And yeah, he picked up fourth on that, which was really nice. And then I have to address the elephant in the room. Sol, I know you like listening to this on the way to work, but what possibly possessed you to recruit Big Mac?
He just wanted to spite me. He literally sat there and
Dan.
made me watch him steal him.
He doesn't
Dan,
even
still
like
got
the
Mac
Do
guy.
not lie. Do not lie.
No,
That is not the
Big
reason.
Mac just wanted drip. That was the reason. There was no other
Mac
reason for
gave
him to
that
steal
good
Big
drip.
Mac. I could have given him the drip.
Somehow.
No, that's some rubbish. Sol is just a
But Dan,
bitch.
it's
Sol-
not drinkable.
Sol doesn't even like the guy. Didn't he bully him for poor driving?
That's what I'm saying. But he just fucking stole it from PSB.
When Big Mac
Fuck,
raced
Mac,
his
you
first,
want him.
like his
Look,
first,
Mac.
like 2 or 3 races, Soul Crusher was like, "What is this guy doing? He never breaks the corners. He just runs into people. Could you drive better, please?"
Look, Dan, if you want Mac back, just go steal him.
No, screw him. No, Mac can stay on outside. Fuck him.
I do have to point out though, his PPR is insane considering the way he drives and the fact that he has a disqualification on his record, so it should be higher.
He has the ability to beat Kami
Yeah, Big Mac
in
is
the first game.
he's a strong contender.
Okay, so that is an
But he
8.5,
needs to
but
go
he
play
has
serious.
that's an 8.5, but he has an actual 0 on his record.
Yeah.
So that
The
brings
thing
it down.
with Big Mac-
He's
Big
close
Mac
to a
is-
9.
Yeah, the thing with Big Mac is that he's not a serious driver and doesn't take the competition as serious as other people.
Well, he's
So he
racing
usually
for
is very
he's racing for
serious
one of the
about
top
that.
teams in Acceleron. He has to take it seriously.
Exactly. So if he wants to do the job, if he wants to stay on his team, he
Yeah.
better start working to play seriously from now on.
And then they've got Miku as well. Miku's a heavy hitter of a driver. 6 career wins. That's
Yeah.
crazy. This is he's a dominant force to watch out for. All right, Gore, we have your team. Look at you in the Acceleron League straight away.
Oh,
Yay!
An actual logo this time instead of just a KW.
Now I've said it. I'm going to keep repeating it. What is the point of having drivers in Acceleron League with a PPR of less than 8? Look at this Gore. Your first driver right here, a 7. Why would you recruit this guy?
impossible! How could Joe
Uh,
could he?
For the funny.
However, you've got Bizel. Bizel's insane. 17 podiums. This
Yeah.
man does not miss. He has missed podium in 6 of his races.
Absolutely. I just love the gang. The guys. We only
um,
had 2 new people in the team, and that's because Norton is now a captain, and because Barnes is
yeah.
currently starting
Yeah, you have
college
to
and has a lot
replace.
of things to work on.
Yep, you had people to replace. I'm sure you could have recruited someone over Dragon Shark. Now, let's have a quick look here. Is there any cars that were stand out as not being viable or not being good?
Maybe the bike. Maybe Canyon Craver, but that's more like it being
Craver.
fragile. Carver, Canyon Craver, shut up.
Yeah, alright.
Nah, but like,
Mainly just the bike, because the bike could be easily knocked over.
Yeah, okay.
I just said they're gonna.
Well, you also
Yeah,
said
that's-
Craver, so I couldn't tell.
Me
Oh yeah, Canyon
begging.
Carver may be our technically weakest choice,
Yeah,
but Fidestic has proven to
it's
be very
Fidestic,
strong
yeah.
with bikes. He's very
Yeah.
good technical driver, and I trust him entirely. He knows what he's doing, and
Yeah,
I'm really happy with how the team came off to get the picks, because all of our picks were probably the first choice each one of us had.
yeah.
So we are all comfortable with picks. We are all comfortable with what we are driving, and we know what we are doing. And the team is magnificent. You know, I wouldn't be happier with the
I
guys
love,
that we got right now.
I love the new logo too. It's very nice logo.
It's very
Thank you,
nice.
thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I want to eat it.
Blackheart Racing. Speaking of teams that I like, now, all right. First up, cars. Is that a bike? It should be on a bike.
There's 2 bikes actually.
Yeah, there's 2.
What's the other
There's
one?
the-
Is it this?
There's the Ducati and the Vespa.
The
Yeah.
Vespa.
Which
Okay.
I called.
Vespa.
I said it would be. I was like, you know what? It's gonna be a scooter, isn't it?
Ty's like, oh
You
no.
know-
Is this
you
good?
know-
Is this viable?
It
The
can,
Vespa
yeah,
is-
it can go.
Someone made the Vespa
be
fast in my
honest-
Hot Wheels game.
Yeah.
That's
the
what Milestone's
Vespa-
doing. They made the scooter fast.
And also, the Vespa is like the fucking Jesco of the bike world. It's like so fucking sturdy for some reason.
That's good. That's good. All right. And Ty's a strong driver. Ivan's a strong driver. Roro is a crazy strong driver. This is like, I think this is like the best lineup we've seen BHR on, except for that season where they had like Joda, G11, Ivan. This is really good. Wait, is that Dan
The
Mirison?
thing is,
The Dan Mirison?
yes, then
Oh my
It is
god!
the
But,
Dan
all right,
Mirison.
this
Going
is
ballistic.
this is the strongest BHR lineup I've ever seen. I'm so here for this.
the thing is though, they said they weren't gonna take this shit serious. Like, what the fuck? I've been scammed.
Yeah, they're not taking it serious. They've got Stargazer. They got Shuby.
They got
Don't worry,
scammed.
guys.
Okay.
Shuby will always find a way to get 13th in every race.
So, like... Alright, so little secret about BHR, they don't kick players out. No matter how poorly you do, they will not kick you out. So, there's never going to be a situation where they're going to be like, oh, we've got a better driver to pick over you. So, unfortunately, at this point, if any of these drivers do fall off and start doing poorly, they're not going to kick them out. But no, I've got a lot of faith in this lineup. This lineup is insane. Carbide is perfect for Ivan. Ivan loves his like high-speed rocket in a straight sort of cars.
Yeah, it's a very strong lineup in general.
Yeah.
The
Almost
weakest
like
one
it's a
will
rocket.
be the Ducati playable, but Shuby has been putting his time into learning the bike. It's been working for him quite well.
I'm keen to
So,
see Shuby
Really
dominate.
hoping to see the bike. Yeah, I really hope to see the bike guys shine and get their time, because
Look, what
I
we
know
need.
a lot of people were hesitant.
This
to pick
team
them.
has 15 wins between them.
Look, here's what
Exactly.
we need, right? We need Shuey to get first, in the Ducati.
I just want to have a look.
Yeah.
Does any other
Yeah.
team boast 15 wins between? No. No other team has 15 podiums between them. 15 first places between them. That's crazy. BHR, I'm here for it. BHR's winning this season. Like that's my prediction. Like if we look at these teams, all right, maybe Neostorm, they have more podiums. They have so many more podiums, and R&B has 20 fucking podiums. They're basically all second place. So not as many podiums, but they have more wins. Wins are good. Yeah, I'm keen for this. Dandu, who's winning Acceleron?
Yeah. Fucking Neostorm.
Neostorm?
Hey,
Yeah, I mean, Power Pipes and Kami are like the dynamic duo of dominant drivers. I can understand that. Gore, who do you think's winning?
I'm here, dude. I'm going
You can't
to bet
just ask him
everything
that.
on
He's
my
exempt
team.
from that question.
No. He can say he's going to win. I'm
I'm
happy.
betting everything on my team.
Yeah.
I'm betting everything on
That's
my
it. That's
team.
it.
And you know how I practice. You know how you practice. You know how my team practices. So that's all I'm going to say. We're going to break our hands trying to practice as much as we can.
All right, and Gunnar, same question.
I'm going with the funny answer of BHR.
BHR's the funny answer? I thought the funny answer is
No.
Conquerors.
No, Conquerors is the tragic answer.
It's alright. It's just Alias and RMG just got to carry. And Alyssa. Alyssa's just going to turn out to be a powerhouse. You watch.
She does pretty good in pubs from what I've seen.
Alright, let's move on to Nitrox League.
Hey, it's the best team. Let's go.
I have two questions here. First question. Who the hell keeps giving Dandu a team every season just to watch him throw it away?
Answer, Miku. Second question. Dan scored Frost. How did that happen?
No. We'll skip over that for now. Spleesu. Why?
Because Fleesu's the fun. Duh.
I wanted him to join.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. You love running teams into the ground.
No, it's I just like.
It's like, no.
Anyways.
Let's give his team the benefit of the doubt. Let's give his team this benefit. The only bad car here is the Bone Shaker.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
you're-
let's be honest. Dandu was not doing this in anything but the Bone Shaker.
yeah. You know what though? You know what? At least, to be honest, Bone Shaker is probably going to be the best car driven in all 5 seasons I've been doing this.
Sure it will.
That's because you were racing in the wrong twin mill.
Shut up. But no, I'll be fine in Bone Shaker. I'm not going for the fucking finale invite. I just want to get points.
Okay. Killer Frost, however, there's a strong... Sorry, wait, I just realised something. Have I made a mistake in the career stats? Does this say you have a career win?
Yes, I have a career win. I got it last season.
You got a win last season? What the f...
Yes! Devil's Dungeon, right?
In the last race. No, it was
That was the
Bridge
last
Blowout.
It was Bridge Blowout. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You actually...
I still lost.
Yeah, he did.
won.
He got a first place victory last season.
I lost.
Yeah.
Did Dasher have COVID? What was going on?
Dasher got, if I recall correctly, Dasher got like beat into submission that race, right?
To be honest, I did kind of just move him out of the way.
But no, like having Killer Frost is really good. It means that you've got a really promising driver to carry the team. Although you tried that last time with BSB when you had Demirison to carry the team, and that didn't work.
The thing is, all my fucking drivers are really fucking strong.
Race that often, did he?
Den raced the regular amount, I think.
I did spam it more than the other drivers, but yeah.
Are these strong drivers? Your team's average PPR. You've got one driver that has a PPR higher than 6.
That's why the numbers fucking lie. Judas can fucking game. He was able to beat Miku while Miku was driving the Type R in Ballistic.
That's one time. That's one time. Let's see how he goes when Miku's put in the hours and hours of practice that he puts in for these races, and goes into it with full power. All right, fair enough. Okay, is he going to beat Dasher Dude?
Yes, I believe, bro. He's in Dasher's car.
Yeah, sorry, he has no advantage.
Look.
So
people are speaking on my boy.
You've got one guy who has spent many moons understanding the Honda S2K, and you got one guy who you literally threw him in a piece of junk S2K.
People are sleeping on my boy Judas. I do not respect it.
Okay,
Judas has potential.
You're throwing him in a.
This is
S2K is being held by duct tape, gum, and strips.
Dandu, this is the third season in a row that you've talked up drivers on your team with low stats who then go into the season and perform mid.
It's different. It's gonna be different. It has to be different.
I hope Judas gets a podium and a win.
He's getting podium. He will definitely get a fucking win. That's not. Yes.
All right. Well, so far we've.
Oh my god.
Look, with all the teams we've looked at Nitrox so far, this is the strongest. This is also the first. All right, let's.
And now, a 21 career win.
This guy's raced 35 times. 4 of those he didn't get a podium. He has a first place rate of over 50%.
Hang on. I want to do the math.
He wants to do the math.
Feel free to do the math. He has an average score higher than second place in every race. Okay, on average, he does better than second. So we have Dasher Dude, and then I don't want to be too mean to the rest of this lineup, but I don't like this lineup. This is Dasher's got 6 people fucking on his back.
Nah, you're underestimating the guys, man.
Okay, no, you're right. This team is really impressive. Between this team of 7 people, we can see 31 career podiums and 21 career wins. What a strong team.
Damn it.
There is no team that can. This is the only team that can boast 21 wins between them in both leagues.
Look at the listed points.
The numbers are a lie, man. The numbers are meaningless.
The numbers aren't meaningless. These numbers say that Dasher Dude dominated the PlayStation League for 4 seasons. And he did. That's what happened.
Dan.
Look, yes, there is definitely a discrepancy going from Hot Wheels Unleashed 1 to Hot Wheels Unleashed 2. There will be variance. However, it is the only baseline we have is that these are the stats we saw last season. Obviously, these stats aren't going to matter going into season 7, 6, one of them. Next season. After this season, we're going to be exclusively using Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 stats. That's fine. But for now, we don't have Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 stats to use. We can only use the Hot Wheels Unleashed 1 stats. And even if there's a discrepancy, that discrepancy is going to go in everyone's favour in the same way.
Yeah. Dan, I hope that your hype train for your team works, because just looking at fusions, Dasher has over double of what the rest of his team has in total points.
That's the thing, though. That's not good.
Raced for like 5 seasons.
Okay.
Dasher raced for like 4 seasons. My guys only raced like 1 or 2.
Dan, the rest of his team are off by 30 points from his total score.
No. Okay. So that's a problem, though. That's not a good thing. So Dasher can get first every race. That doesn't matter. If his team gets last every race, then that that's not good. That's you may as well be
I'm
coming
sure-
6th and 7th.
I'm sure, like, I know that Dragon, Swole, and I'm sure that everyone else, like, everyone listed here can at least get mid-pack.
Oh, like
up
Dragon and Swole are good, but like
To be honest, the only two players I'm worried about is Pest and Cetus because they just have a fucking record of not showing up. Both okay, Yoda is apparently better than Joda according to the Bread Bowl.
Like,
Okay,
what, 1
TJ.
point or 2 points?
I don't know. Apparently, Yoda is the true Joda according to the Bread Bowl.
I do remember that. That was a funny revelation.
I don't know how much I am willing to base that on stats. I suppose we could look at Bread Bowl stats. That would have been a good idea. We didn't think of that. Alright. Look, Fusions. Look, I think Fusions are going to finish top 2 this season, but it is going to be all down to Dash and Dude to carry the rest of these drivers.
At the very least, Fusions will get top 3.
Yeah, and if they do get top 3, it's because Dasher took weeks off. Like, if they get 3rd or 4th, it's because Dasher didn't race every week.
Well, if they get 3rd, they're still alive. If they get 4th,
Yeah.
they're not.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how we go. We'll see if Dasher can carry 6 people. But we've got to also remember this isn't Nitrox League. This is a lower league. This is a weaker league. So
Is it Nitrox? What?
I mean, it's not Acceleron. This is Nitrox. It is a weaker league. So like, instead of needing an average of 8 with 8 PPR, you're probably only looking for an average of like 5 or 6. Run me through this, Gunner.
Yes, I'm here.
What are some of these choices in driver?
Yeah.
Were you running out of people to recruit, or are these the first picks you had, or?
So, Foot and Talon, they wanted to actually stay on the team.
Yep,
But
that's fair enough.
Loner came back from his massive hiatus, and I'm just like, yoink.
Beastline is good. Beastline is good.
Yeah.
is it?
6 podiums.
Yeah.
Of course, like, not a win, but 6 podiums.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, he was making top 3 a lot in that season too.
MJ,
MJ really picked up that last season.
yes. Like, I was
Unfortunately,
watching-
that was the season of the Big 4 in PlayStation. So like, there was no beating the Big 4.
Like, I was mainly looking outside the Big 4 because the Big 4, I mean, no one's gonna get because they already have their places.
Yeah. I mean, except for Frost.
Yeah, except for Frost.
Yeah.
But so I was just kind of looking at. I saw Jay. I was like, you know what? I like his performance picking up and I wanted to get him.
No, well, I like this. If I look at this, though, I could see all 3 of the teams we've looked at so far have one heavy hitter, and that's it. Which I think I actually like this. I'm really keen to see a season of Gunner and Dasher showdowns. This is exciting. There's always been like that cross-platform, well, especially in seasons 2 and 3, there was that cross-platform rivalry between the two of you as the top drivers.
I mean, considering that people gave me the nickname of Bar Boost Dasher.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was bullshit.
I mean, it certainly wasn't going to be you.
Bar Boost 1v1. You don't have any legs to stand on.
Fuck you.
Yeah, this is. I think I'm being a bit too harsh on these teams. I definitely am, and I apologize for that because, like, if I look at this, like, these teams are pretty even in terms of stats. Like,
Mostly, yeah.
Dandube's like one of the highest statted people among these 3 teams.
Yay.
So this
Wait,
is
do I have a higher PPR than Frost?
yes, you do.
Oh,
Yes.
does not feel right.
Frost's first season was not that nice, and your first season was really strong.
Not that nice. Wait, Paul's. What car was Paul driving first season? That's why he was driving the Corvette.
No, Corvette was the second season.
Oh, he drove fucking Knight Rider. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. I forgot about
Yeah,
that.
he was in Kid.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in Kid in
Nice.
the first season. Then the second season also with Kid, and then the third and
No,
fourth
he
was
drove-
straight into the Corvette.
Yeah, he did go with
He wasn't in. He wasn't in season 2. He was only in season 3 to 4. I mean 5.
Yeah, 3 to 5. That's what he said. So Kit, and then Corvette.
Yeah,
No, he only drove Kit once though. He drove Corvette the rest.
Oh, who knows? All right, and then Hyperspace Renegades. This is Nada's team. Oh my god, I like this team. Just look.
You were saying that.
Wait, who the hell? Who snuck Jolt out into this fucking league? What are we doing, people?
Desperate time.
I guess.
No.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Someone snuck Jolt out into my league. I'm mad. I'm so mad. This is what happens when we leave Shuby in charge.
Oh, nah, don't do Shuby like that. Don't do Shuby like that.
Letting in these poor track builders, these Australians that can't build tracks.
Jesus, oh, I swear Joel is from New Zealand.
I thought he was like a Queenslander or something.
I'm pretty call it that. He's from a place on this earth.
He's definitely Southern Hemisphere.
He's from the Texas of Britain.
I feel like he's Australian because before I the first time I ever spoke to him, I was like, "Hey, fellow Aussie, yay!" And then it turned out he made those tracks, and he didn't like that I didn't like his tracks. Anyway, looking at this team, they've got RJ, they've got Nadar, they've got Mickey, they've got Jill. Jesus Christ, this is an Acceleron team.
We love seeing G11 with 4 total races, and all 4 of them
a podium.
All but one podium.
No, yeah. G11 is bonkers. One of the top 5 drivers stat wise. G11's crazy. Nada's crazy. Like, I've never seen a more dedicated person. Other than like maybe Animax and Norton, those guys are pretty dedicated too. But Nada had carried a whole team when that team, like when Rally Monsters had no one showing up. He's like, I'll race every week. I don't give a fuck.
Epic.
Very. And then you give that, he deserves his own team. I'm so happy to see him get his own team. Very happy with this. Is there a car here that is not good?
The Synchro.
Synchro?
Many would say bad to the Blade.
Okay.
No,
I mean,
Synchro.
It's G11. I've got faith in G11. This is a strong team.
And put it in a sock and shove it in your mouth.
No, but to be honest, Bad to the Blade is the worst car. It's like one of the few 2-pips.
Okay.
G11 apparently can do well with it, but like
that doesn't surprise me. Guy's crazy.
I'm eagerly waiting to see that. I would love to see that thing kick some ass.
All right, and then we have the Shaded Speeders. Someone gave Matthias a team.
Yeah, he actually got that randomly.
Put it in a raffle.
It was a raffle?
Got a raffle.
Okay, that's not so bad. Look, we've got Matthias is actually a much better driver than I would ever give him credit for. And then you've got Jodo, you've got Jarl. This is a strong lineup.
He apparently beat Kami with Splitting Image 2 for Undebatable.
That's cool.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
He got the first place in the Breath Bowl.
Oh no. I think personally, if you were to ask me, this is straight up. Actually, I want to talk about this team a bit more. The cars look strong.
I'm gonna guess this real quick. This is what you're gonna say by the numbers, right? And what the cars look like.
Okay, so yeah, based on what we've seen from the first game and just like the dedication you see out of these drivers, straight up, Hyperspace is winning this season. I don't see this is already an Acceleron level team, just in the reputation these drivers have and the strength they have. So I think this team will be moving to Acceleron next season. I have a lot of faith in them. I think Shaded Speeders is going to be second, just because it's not the strongest team, but
Bullshit!
It's the most consistent. It's consistent. They have consistently good.
Nah.
I'm
The
sorry,
rest
but
of my team has gone down. All
Andrew,
fucking Matt has is fucking.
you've got.
Andy, you are consistently shit.
No. All Matt has is him and Joda. My fucking team will kick his fucking ass.
You know you're right.
Nah. I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of this fucking support.
Dandu, you have one driver on your team is stronger than Excella, who is their 5th strongest driver.
Are you seriously considering Excella better than fucking a
You?
good driver? Are you serious, my guy? Are you serious?
Excella is better than all of your team except for Frost, yes.
By
That's
the number
some
of
shenanigans.
actually-
That's some bullshit.
Alright, maybe not Chase. Chase is pretty good.
Oh, nah.
But, like,
No,
as I said,
no.
Excella is their 5th strongest driver, alright? You put Maurice in there.
If that's the Maurice, not even put. No offense to Maurice, I like Maurice, but like from what I've seen, he doesn't seem that invested in the game anymore. I'm sorry.
You're
Maurice.
right, he's not, but he has, like, I don't know, 4 podiums is good. They've got Joda. I don't think anyone in the team is going to stand up to Joda.
I mean, I might.
You're not on Dan Dude's team.
Oh, shut up.
He wishes.
Fucking Killer Frost can stand up to fucking. Both Judas and Killer Frost can stand up to Joda.
Look, I do foresee Dasher winning most races. Dasher will get a lot of wins, but I feel like the rest of his team is going to let him down. They're going to finish in 3rd. And I think, once again, Dandu, you're going to run another team into last
I'm
place.
not losing this. No.
Okay, well, continue.
You know,
Who do you think?
Oh
Dan,
shit!
you
Oh,
can
shit.
put a shove a sock.
you know what? You know what, Cobalt? Let's make a fucking wager. If I lose BSB, actually, I don't know what I'm wagering. Never mind. Oh, shut up.
Okay.
You do the surrender speech from Red vs. Blue.
Look, the wager is if you can't make top 3, you lose your team. That's your wager.
There
I'm
it
not
is.
losing this team. We got this, motherfucker. No.
Look,
I mean, Dan, if you know you're not losing BSB, just accept the wager. You know, you got nothing to.
No, but that's an existing wager. The wager already exists.
That's
That's the
the
rules.
existing wager.
Did
No,
I?
So you forgot.
No.
Yeah, I forgot to move us. Just a moment.
Okay.
Mac, this is a private thing.
Bye, Mac.
Sorry, Mac.
Okay, yeah. So look, I'm sorry, but you've got look at these teams that you're up against. You've got a team with Dasher carrying. You've got a team with Gunner carrying.
Yeah.
You've got a team with some of the greatest drivers to ever
With
grace the
every
game.
carry.
And then you've got this team with Joda and Jarl. Jarl was your best driver, or your second best driver in your previous iteration of BSB, and now you've lost him to another team. You think you can beat him?
Yes. John. Okay, now just
You
make me
won't.
sound mean.
Dan,
You just
accept
got-
the L.
I'm
Steal the
not
L.
accepting
You stole
this
the
L.
artifact.
No.
No.
Look, I'm happy to be proven wrong. The season hasn't started yet. The game is different. You're allowed to
You're fucking good.
change, like you're allowed to do these jumps and stuff. The game is different. I could easily be wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. But from what I'm seeing,
You're going off of outdated numbers. Most of my
I
team
am.
doesn't even have the numbers.
yeah, that's
Dan, we
correct.
don't have
I've said that.
updated numbers.
I've said that. I have said multiple times. It could easily be wrong. But based on
And it will be fucking wrong.
even if we do remove the numbers from the equation, we have Dasher Dude, we have Gunnerbuster, we have Nader, RJ, G11, Joda. You're in the same league as insane drivers.
Dan, the
Oh my-
point is not that the numbers are outdated or not. The point is the fact that Nitrox has stacked drivers that are not on your team.
Yeah.
Bro,
Look, I honestly believe that Gunner, Dasher, Frost, obviously, Joda, G11, and RJ and Nader should all be in Acceleron. Why are they in Nitrox? But that's okay. Next season, most of that will get fixed. These guys are going to move up in the world. I think this season is going to be a bit of a learning curve for a lot of the Acceleron teams, or a lot of the teams that end up in Acceleron, and they're going to very quickly realize that the competition is going to be, because now it matters. Now your stats matter. All right, it used to be you could always get into Acceleron by just joining the new team. You just join the new team getting into Acceleron. Now you can't do that. Now you have to earn that spot, which means you need to be a dominant driver. You need to be a strong driver. And I think we're going to quickly see, come next season, the 3 teams that remain in Acceleron are going to remove their weaker drivers. So let's say RMD makes it. I think you'll quite quickly see him replacing Johnny and Aero with strong drivers from the Nitrox League that had their team eliminated. And this is where we'll see, let's say Gunner's team gets eliminated, then RMD reaches a hand out and is like, hey, I want you in Acceleron next season. Gunner's going to dive on that. But obviously that requires Gunner to make it through this season, and I it's not looking pretty.
Well, I mean, I'm going to help my guys and get them ready for the Nitrox tracks.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm here mainly for a good time.
Yeah, of course. And that's all well and good, and especially in Nitrox League. Have fun with it. But people get competitive, and we're going to see the top 3 teams for Acceleron are going to be the 3 most competitive teams. As much as I love BHR's lineup, they're not very competitive. They don't have that competitive, we must win at any cost mentality that you'll see out of Riptide and Neostorm. These guys are so competitive, I can guarantee these 2 teams will make top 3 easily, because they're just such competitive teams. And then we look at the other 3 teams in the league, and they're not overly competitive. They're good. They're good drivers, but they're not, we must win. They don't have that we must win mentality.
Excuse me, I believe CurlWorks can make that work.
It's fine. Like, one of these 3 teams is getting in without that mentality. That's fine. But then come next season, when we're going to see, with my assumption, these 2 teams get in, and this one's going to have the we must win mentality. Like, Hyperspace Renegades, led by Nader, is going to be a team that wants to win, which is fine. We want that to be up there. So we're going to see a 3rd team with that mentality get in, and whoever stays in out of BHR, Kuro, and the C Conquerors, whichever one of those teams remains in Acceleron and now has to go against Renegade, Riptide, and Neostorm, that is going to be a team that either has to gain that mentality or move down to Nitrox or to Season 8.
Well, yeah. I'd like to pose the question.
Okay.
Who do you think will be eliminated from Nitrox?
Oh.
Aside from Dan.
Aside from Dan.
We're not getting fucking eliminated. Fuck you.
Look, prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. I'm not saying this is in.
I am gonna
do it. I want to be proven wrong here, Dan.
We all want to be wrong about this.
I don't want anyone to be eliminated, and I would be excited for the comeback story, the underdog story of you guys winning. Amazing, trust me.
This is the underdog story. We have the best fucking drivers consistently. All the other teams have like 1 or 2 or 3. We have 5 consistent.
You have 1.
You have 1 good driver. You have 1 good driver. That's just
so do you.
1 driver. I have 5.
You got 1. Don't lie to me.
I have 5.
I'm sorry.
I'm sick and tired of this shenanigans. No, I'm genuinely upset now. No, stop underestimating my boys.
Are you out here saying? Are you saying on the record that you have more faith in Spleesu than Mother J?
Yes. At least fucking Spleesu shows up.
MJ, if you're seeing this, we're gonna beat Dan's ass just because he said that. Look at your previous captain losing
If he
face.
shows up,
He will.
Paz.
He is our glory chasing.
Okay. We don't need to get heated.
I'm getting
Gunner,
heated. No.
I believe it's going to be out of fusions and chroma striders as to who gets eliminated, and I think a lot of that is going to come down to, unfortunately,
The rest of the team.
No. I think the
might be-
rest of your teams are going to be relatively balanced. I think it's going to come down to the Gunner Dasher 1v1. Which one of you two is going to get more podiums and wins out of the two of you? And I think you're going to fall short on that, and we're going to say goodbye to Chroma Striders at the end of the season.
I will say I do slightly agree with that, mostly on the point that it's also a not just Dasher versus me, it's Swift versus Balanced.
Yeah, that can make a difference. I mean, you've run with a handicap before, though.
Boost regen, then Balanced.
You've run with a boost handicap in previous seasons and been able to dominate. So let's not let that hold you back.
Well, it's not. Well, that's not the problem.
No, but seriously, I think that the two teams outside of you and Dasher are balanced. Even with you and Dasher, they're very balanced. But I think that it's just going to come down to, obviously, for first, second, and third, or first and second, you get far more points than you would get for the others, like the other places, because it is a 2-point jump from third to second, and another 2-point jump from second to first. And those extra points are going to make the difference. And I think that Dasher is going to just simply get more first places than you, and I think that's going to be what puts that team ahead of yours.
I mean, he very well could.
That's just my thoughts. I could be wrong. We could get there and realize that PlayStation has been playing like toddlers this whole time and just making Dasher look good, and he's only a mediocre driver. We could find out we're all wrong. I don't think that's the case.
I'm more confident in my guys and like the rest of my team getting higher than the rest of Dasher's team.
Yeah, understandable. Like Beastloner, when he used to race in season 2, was a good driver. So, as I said, I could be wrong. This is predictions.
Because like Cinder, he's pretty good in pubs as well. Nura, I haven't raced with them.
Same question back at you though, Dasher. Who's getting eliminated this season? Who do you think it is?
Wait, Dasher.
Oh, Gunner.
Here.
Sorry.
Dasher's not here.
Dasher, in the comments, let me know who's getting eliminated from Nitrox this season. Gunner, who do you believe?
I have to agree with you. It's either going to be... Well, it's definitely, from what I believe, definitely going to be BSB, and it's just going to have to be... It's going to be just a point showdown between Fusions and Chroma Striders. Kind of like how last season, High Rollers beat out the Pizzeria by 1 point.
Yeah.
That was bullshit.
It came down to a singular point. And I think that's what's going to happen with Fusions.
Yeah, and where are both of these teams? Oh, wait, didn't you just rebrand? You rebranded.
Yes.
Why did you rebrand? High Rollers was cool.
But High Rollers, I didn't make that team.
I guess. But, like, Chroma Striders sounds like an illness.
I like the colors better.
I guess. Alright. Gore, who do you think's getting eliminated?
So, I'll be completely honest with you. I think it's going to be Chroma Striders and Shaded Speeders.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna sleep on that, and I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I know when he wants to be a good captain, he is a good captain. But everything's going to depend on how Gunner and how Matthews manage their teams in general. You know.
Yeah.
They're
I
going
agree
to
with you.
need
Dan,
to
you
step
are a
up with how
fantastic
they
team
manage their
captain.
teams and practice. So yeah, that's going to be my prediction.
Okay.
I hope that it's tied, so all teams get their chance. But I feel like, in all honesty, if we look from a objective perspective, it's going to be either Chroma or Shaded Speeders. I'm not going to say Bone Shaker Bashers because I know when Dan wants to do good captain job, he can be a good captain.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Alright, Dandu, who do you think it's going to be?
Same with Gore. I agree with Gore.
Okay,
Because
cool.
Shaded Speed is in. The thing is, though, yes,
I know.
yes, Gunnar and Matt and Jota are good. They're all good drivers. The thing is, what happens on the day they don't race when they put in the other drivers?
Okay, so they put in the other drivers, and then they're up against, Velocity and you.
Oh, yeah, you can't just always go
I don't
for the
know.
best drivers.
I like when in that situation, I'd take Maurice and Joel over you and someone I haven't heard of. Like, that's if I was, obviously, like, it's a different game. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. And I'm happy to be wrong. Like, we don't have enough information to make an accurate prediction. This is a prediction based on, if it was in the previous game, I think this is how it would work. But it is a new game. It is a new mechanics. And the cars are so much better balanced than this one from what I've seen. So I'm just excited for this season.
Fucking bullshit.
It's going to be interesting. Everything here right now is speculation. But
yeah, it is. It is all speculation. And after each week, we can look back at it and be like, okay, we were wrong. It turns out that Wolf of Vengeance is the greatest driver in the league. That could happen. We don't know. Someone out there might just be like, yeah, the mechanics are slightly different, and that favors me as a driver. Maybe Big Mac's aggressive driving style is what they need for domination. We don't know. It's just, it's all just a bit of fun, a bit of, guessing what could happen.
Yeah, I mean, we can guess all we want, but like we basically all agreed, we don't know what will happen until the season fully starts.
I do want to know your thoughts on this, Gunnar. All four of us said that we feel Chroma Striders is getting eliminated. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I'm not really surprised by that sentiment.
Were you thinking that before we started this?
Yeah. I mean, I always know that that's a possibility that can happen.
Okay.
Because, I mean, if we look back, High Rollers almost bit the dust last season, and I knew that. I mean,
that still gives you a bit of confidence going into this that, like, you've got a shot. Like, you didn't get eliminated last time. Surely you'd be like, that's not going to happen twice.
We have a shot of at least third. I don't think we can get second, but we could get third.
Yeah. That's fair.
And third is enough to stay alive.
And I suppose, like, from all three of you, like, looking at the teams here, what is it as captains that you feel like you guys need to focus on?
Understanding how everyone feels about certain tracks, understanding like their strengths and weaknesses on certain tracks, and working with them with the schedule and practicing and all that.
Yeah. Dandoob, how are you going to get the most out of your team?
Hyping them the fuck up.
Hyping them up.
No, what you're going to do is you're going to like egg Judas and Frost and just have them race every damn time.
I'm not doing that.
That's one strategy. That is a viable strategy. And then it's
a bitch strategy.
It is. Yeah, it's up to the rest of your team whether or not they agree with that. And obviously, I feel like no one's done it yet. No one has gone, only our two top drivers are going to race each time. And that's good because I feel like if someone does that, then we're going to have the following season, a lot of their drivers are just going to leave.
Yeah.
Can I correct you on that? Neostorm nearly did that.
No, they didn't.
Copy did just race 9% of the races.
I mean, I think if we looked at the stats for that season, Kami didn't even have the most races of that season.
Yeah, wasn't it like me?
Yeah, like people made these complaints multiple times about someone doing all the races, and each time I think it was Norton raced more, and no one complained about that.
Yeah, and then you have
So
me weird
when Norton
fellow.
does 10 races in a season, no one complains. But when a top driver does 4 races in a season, 2 of them being in a row, everyone loses their minds.
God
And
forbid
It's
someone
more-
like me just does 12 races.
Oh, the difference.
Danger
That's
has
just
cut
me.
out. I just want to have a look. I'm just going to have a look
Hello?
at. Oh yeah, you are back. You are back.
I think it's more like a driver being dominant than a driver racing a lot.
Okay, no, Kami
Yeah,
did
that's
race.
true. Like,
Kami did
I
race
agree
a
with
lot,
that
but that was between
statement, to be
multiple
honest.
leagues. I think. Was it multiple leagues? How many leagues did Kami race in last season?
It was
Um,
both in us and he was also in Neostorm. And
Yeah,
it
'cause I
was
think he
a
did-
back-to-back
I think he did
all
all
season.
3. Because there was
All the
He
season,
did.
yeah.
on console.
Oh, he did do console? Okay, because he did race 14 races 13
He
races
raced-
last season. But that wasn't
He
all
raced for me.
console. That wasn't all PC.
He raced.
Yeah. Whereas we can look at Gunner raced 14 last season. No one complained about that.
Well,
Uh,
a few.
I complained.
Oda Chaos is a single console player and raced 11 races. Bread raced 14. Norton raced 14. But people are upset that that Kami raced 13. I don't know, man. I don't feel like it's a valid complaint. If we look at before we had the PC players, there was complaints of people driving like too much as well in seasons. I think seasons 3 and 4 we also had the same complaints. And again, like Norton, I think raced like 10 fucking races or something. Where is it? 8 races in one season with just one platform. I think that Norton did 8 races, which is crazy. Oh yeah, that's season 3. And then at the same time, people were complaining that other drivers were driving too much and being run too much. Like, I think it was they complained Corpseless was racing too much and he only raced 6 times. So this does come up this comes up a lot, that someone will complain that one driver is racing too much and they're abusing the fact that driver is good. And then when you look at the actual stats of other drivers, that's not the case. There is someone else, multiple other drivers racing more.
It's funny that nobody on PlayStation ever complained about Dasher.
Yeah, I mean, the thing was there wasn't teams, so Dasher wasn't like putting himself in over someone else. He was just putting himself in, and he was just good. And like, there was nothing to complain about. We could all just see that Dasher was winning because he's just good. Same with Kami. Kami was just winning because he's good, but people complained because one team was putting in the good player a lot, whereas those same teams were also putting in their good players a lot, or have done so.
Because the main strategy to, of course, win
Yeah,
is put in your good players.
yeah,
Like it's put me in the game coach, but the coach makes the decisions.
yeah. And look, if you want to put your best driver in and have people be like, "Hey, stop doing that," and then just keep doing it, too bad for everyone else. Like, just
That is true, yeah.
as the PlayStation guys did, it took them a few seasons, but just do better. I'm sorry, just get better. I mean, Dasher lost races. Dasher lost a season. He was supposed to be an unstoppable powerhouse, and people just improved until they could beat him, and it worked.
Yeah.
I don't think any driver,
That's why I did it.
even Corpseless and Kami, I do not believe they are unbeatable. They are phenomenal drivers, but no one is unbeatable. And I think it was starting to look like at one point in season 2 or 3, it was season 2, it looked like Corpseless was unbeatable. And then right at the end of the season, like the last race of the season or second last race, Joda took a win from him. In solid muscle. It was solid muscle versus the Jesco. Joda took that win and proved that this driver could be beaten. And then we saw the same thing in the finale. Joda beat him in the finale. And so we proved that this impenetrable, unstoppable driver was beatable. And then we saw the same thing happen to Dasher when, out of nowhere, Frost beat him early in season 4, I think it was.
Yeah.
Just out of nowhere, this driver that we'd barely heard of goes toe-to-toe with Dasher and wins. And everyone was like, hang on a second, Dasher's beatable. And then we get a whole season of these 4 drivers that are just on par and you don't know which one of them's going to win. It was a great season. That was
You could call
entertaining.
the PS4.
Yeah, the PS4. It was... Honestly, I was more enthralled in what was happening on PlayStation than anything else in that season. Because those 4 drivers were just... Every race, top 4. No one else was even able to hit podium because these 4 guys were fighting for it. It was great. Very enjoyable
I
season.
had podium once.
Yeah.
For me,
I got podium
when I
once
was
in that
every
season.
time I watched the PlayStation, the PS4 go up, and it was just those 4. I was so enthralled by their race, but then I was just kind of thinking, it's like,
Yep.
what do the other people think?
Oh, it would have sucked to not be part of those 4. Like, oh great, all 4 of them showed up today. I guess I'm fighting for 5th. Like, that would have sucked ass.
It's quite literally the little phrase of it's 2 brain cells fighting for 3rd.
Like, we could ask Dandu. Dandu was there. How did it feel when you showed up to a race and all 4 of them were in the race?
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It wasn't demoralizing.
No, because maybe because I've only raced 3 races on that season, but on Man on Mission and fucking Title Run 2, that was the most fun.
Okay, yep.
Because I'm in a fucking treadmill, goes against the quote unquote Big 4.
Like, yeah, that was a good season. I did enjoy watching those guys dominate. But yeah, so the concept of we haven't actually had a team, as much as people try and spread these rumors and try to downplay people's victories, we haven't had a team send in the same driver in every race. We see early on in the season, like, one driver might race 4 out of 5 races, but then, like, you'll see towards the end of the season they don't race at all, and it's because they've said to their captain early on, they're like, hey, I can't race later in the season. Put me in for a few extra at the start. And, like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's up to the captain in the end how much someone races for them.
Like even for this season, like I am willing to race every single race if it is needed.
And I think it becomes needed if Dasher does it, right? For you, like, come on, this is a rivalry that we've had since season 2. You and Dasher, people have always questioned, who's better. And, like, realistically, if you see... Yeah, everyone... Because these were 2, like, really strong drivers on the console.
Like, on different consoles and also not... And using 2 different boost types.
Yeah, it was just... People wanted that showdown for a long time. And then, Gunnar, not to be rude, but you kind of fell off in those last couple of seasons. So people stopped being so desperate to see them fight. But then, yeah, I think this season, if you see that Dasher is racing a lot, then obviously you put yourself in a little more because your team's going to need the extra points. But if you see Dasher taking breaks,
right? If Dasher sees that I'm driving a lot, he's going to throw himself in there. And
however, either one of you could decide, no, we can't take any chances. I'm racing every race. And the other one's just got to be prepared to back up, prepared to match that. And obviously, like, let's say you decide everything you've heard here today is not good enough. You're putting yourself in every race to maximize your point output. Then Dasher does the same thing, right? Dasher's like, I need to maximize my point output and putting myself in every race. Then suddenly Dandude's going to go, all right, well, I guess I have to put Frost in every race because these 2 are going in every race. I don't want my team eliminated. And then suddenly we've got to put Joda in every race because, again, you need to keep up with that. And then you've got to put G11 and RJ and Nader. I mean, these guys can throw anyone in. They're all good. But, like, you see what I mean, right? if one team
it's
starts
just-
putting their top driver in every race, then the other teams are going to have to do the same thing.
Because that is just how it goes. That's just how a competition will go. That's just it's
And
only natural to do that.
like, there's nothing stopping other teams doing this. So if these guys are like, oh, Kami's in every race, okay, put your top driver in every race. Like, I said, I think it was season 4 or 5. I was in the BHR chat constantly telling them, put Ivan in, put G11 in. Because it was like 3 races left in the season. I was like, put just these guys in. You guys need the points. Don't get eliminated. I think it would have been season 5. I was like, just put in the top drivers, please. Please don't let the team be eliminated.
Yeah, and it's just like I'm more confident with my team this season than I was last season, specifically on me going in every race.
Yeah. That's the thing. You don't have to go in every race this season. You can just enjoy it.
I love my team lineup I had last season, but at many points I was just like I was mulling it over in my head, and I think this downplayed my role as a captain. I fully hate it, but like I was just mulling it over in my head. I was like, okay, there's a problem with just there's a skill deficit.
Yeah.
Okay, do you two realize it's like 2 hours of guest?
What?
Huh?
You two just have been going on a straight, full-on conversation for like so long.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the homie effect.
That's what the couch is. The couch is just talking. We're just talking about the league and stuff like that. As much as I'd love to do other Hot Wheels stuff, what's going on? We got the NFT Dioras came out, and they're shit quality control. People are getting cracked packages.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that.
We have the new animated series come out yet. I want to do a video on it, but I haven't watched it yet.
I've seen
It's
a bit.
alright. It's alright.
Like, yeah, I was about to say, like, it's alright. I think it can be good.
They made Bone Shaker a villain.
I mean, damn, that's right up our alley.
I still love the fact that they name dropped accelerators, but have not shown any of the cars.
Yeah.
A full set of accelerators plus that Triceratops.
I mean, a full set of accelerators is definitely something people chase. Also, for those interested in Hot Wheels TCG, the next update is coming out in the next couple of days. And because it's been so long since there's an update, sets 9 and 10 are being added at the same time. So that's cool.
Right on.
So that's BSB will be in the TCG now.
Yeah.
Dan too, please get Tabletop Sim so you can build a Bone Shaker deck.
I don't even know how to play that video game, but sure.
It's pretty straightforward. I promise you can wrap your head around it.
Judas has been yelling at me to get it too, so maybe.
Oh, cool.
My laptop can't run it, or at least not run it well.
You need to improve
It's
your
just hard.
computer situation.
I know.
It's just
Yeah,
JPEG, my
Tabletop.
guy.
Wait, if you can run Hot Wheels Unleashed, you can run Tabletop Sim.
This is not a full PC. This is a laptop.
Are you running Hot Wheels Unleashed on it?
I have a lap.
No.
I could run Hot
You
Wheels
were.
one on
You
that.
did. You literally did last season.
No.
That was a fool. That was his wife's.
As I said, that was my wife's PC, not my laptop.
Okay, we'll just get Tabletop Sim on her PC. You're married. What's hers is yours.
I'm not on that PC enough to warrant that.
I kind of feel that way about this one, but then I bought it off Miss Cobalt. I was like, I was using it more than she was anyway. It was her PC, and I was using it more, so I was just like, yeah, I'll buy it off you because I'm moving.
You go talk about who's moving up or that. Who's going to move up? Because we talked about who's getting eliminated.
But we've talked about.
No, we definitely talked about who's moving up, right? We definitely said that it was going to be. I said hyperspace. No one else has really commented. It was just me. It was me talking to myself for 10
Pandora, I
minutes.
believe. Well, no, not on going up.
We
going
just
down. Eliminated. Yeah.
we just talked about eliminations and
No,
not moving up.
Dandoob is correct. Okay, who's moving up, Dandoob?
Hyperspace and BSB.
You know,
Okay,
I knew you were going to say that.
You fool.
Okay, is that okay? Hyperspace or BSB or hyperspace infusions?
Okay. Gunner, who's moving up?
I'd say hyperspace infusions.
Okay. Strong. Gore, have you abandoned us yet?
Go, wake up.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of a meeting.
Oh,
I've been listening to all these.
We were just asking who you think is moving up.
I'll go same with Danube. I think the ones that have the most possibilities from an objective point of view are going to be Hyperspace because of his lineup,
Yeah.
and Bone Shaker Bashers because they may not be getting such a big powerhouse uh, as you mentioned before, but I think if they work as a team together and manage to pull it out all races, they are going to exceed and be
Okay.
capable of getting into Acceleron.
Yeah.
So who do we think from Acceleron is going to go down?
I'm straight up saying it's going to be easily
Conk and BHR.
Conk. Yeah, I think BHR and Kura Works is going to be close. I think BHR's just got more powerhouses, and I think they're going to be able to get carried on those powerhouses.
I think it's
To be honest, I think I think Korox can go against Riptide for second.
Yeah, Koroworks can hold their own, absolutely. They've got strong drivers, strong cars. So I think it's mainly just going to be Conquerors and BHR. Conquerors because there's quite a few people there who just they've not really proven much have Acceleron capability.
Yeah, I don't look at this team and think it's an Acceleron team.
Yeah, and then you've got BHR, where most of their picks are for fun.
Are they?
You've got at least two picks that are for fun.
Like, these are some seriously competitive drivers.
There's like some 1, 2, 3, 4 Swifts.
Yeah, but 2 of those are bikes.
Bikes are still good.
They are strong on their own, yes.
Yeah, but one of those bikes is the Vespa.
Whenever I look at the BHR lineup, I just see they're going more for fun. That's what I'm saying.
I don't think they are.
They are going for fun, but maybe they're just fucking scamming us again.
Like, look at... I don't know. This lineup is so strong. Just look at the drivers.
Because
this is a scary line. This is a second place lineup.
Conquerors, of course, but then it's just my most likely is BHR.
I think this is second or third. This line, just on the drivers alone. Maybe as I said, there's no other team in Acceleron that has as many wins as this team does. And look, yes, Dandoob isn't as dramatically into it as he was. He's not going as hard as he used to. But
Dandoob?
No, not Dandoob. Dan Marison. Sorry. I'm sorry, Dan. It's 1 a.m. You didn't deserve that. Dan has, calmed down. He got his season win, and then he's like, I don't have to be the top driver anymore. So he's not practicing as hard. He's not putting the hours in. But he might just decide to do that. He might just decide he wants to be the best driver again and start putting that work in.
He just didn't have the time for it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, that could change. It could change at any moment. Ivan is a strong driver. One of the few drivers that beat Corpseless head-to-head in a league race. And then Ty's insane. And then, Roro. Just the name's in green, it's easy to miss, but Roro is such a strong driver, Gunner knows.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like a driver that was one of the top 2 PlayStation drivers for 2 seasons is
PlayStation.
Xbox. It's 1 a.m.
Go to sleep. Grab yourself. You need to sleep, man.
I'm so tired, and it's like 35 degrees. It's so hot. It's only 24. It's not even that bad. Yeah. Well, I think this team is really strong. Their cars. I don't think any of the cars are really holding them back. Like you might be like, oh yeah, bikes aren't that strong, but it's like, I don't think that's going to make that big of a difference, realistically.
They're just fragile. Like,
Yeah.
I'm guessing we're still gonna have no collision races, right?
I think it's going to be a mix because no collision races, as much as the drivers want it, it makes for poor viewership.
Yes.
That
Yeah. So this
really depends.
so this is what
on
you
the
do.
track.
No, it really is boring. Unless, yeah, it's fun to race, boring to watch.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if
Exactly.
there is no collision races, this is what you do. You just fucking spam bikes, because if
Yeah.
nobody can hit you off, you just basically have like a quad.
Yeah, and that might be why they've picked
Yeah.
the bikes, is because they want to race them on the no collision tracks.
No, Shuby just generally just wants to bike. He's ready to die for it.
Yeah, that's fine, and that's fine. Like they can have Shuby
Yeah.
crashing on a bike and still dominate the season. Not necessarily win. I still think if Power Pipes and Kami are as dominant as they were last season, then nothing's going to stop Neostorm. But hopefully that doesn't carry over as severely as it did. And this is a strong lineup. This is a strong team that Sol wants a win. Sol wants a season win, and I think he's going to push this team and definitely be a contender for it here. And then these guys are just inherently strong, but they don't want the win so desperately. So I don't know what's going to happen there. That's weird. And then we've got some really strong drivers here between, Bizor, Bread, Fidestic. Like that's a good lineup.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good lineup of people that don't always. I mean, Bizor always podiums, man.
For the most part, yeah. I think there was maybe a couple times when he did.
He's had 6 non-podiums.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
a
only
couple
6
times.
races he didn't get podium.
So he's had as
Just
many.
wait.
He's
Yeah,
had
that's
as
what
many
I'm
races
saying.
he didn't podium as races where he came first. So very, very strong driver.
Just wait.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Just wait for what we've got planned. I know
Okay.
we may not be the top contender in the eyes of the people,
It's
but we got a lot of things prepared, and
this.
preparation is one of the things I think we excel at.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, like most of this team still looks like an Accelerant level team. I don't look at this and go, "Oh, this should be a Nitrox league." Like this, most of this team looks like it should be an Accelerant, so that's fine. I just having 3 unknown drivers raises so many questions. It's like, is this a good thing? Is this a bad thing? But based on how late these drivers were picked, it feels like it's not a good thing for poor Conquerors. Anyway, guys,
Hey,
I think that's an hour and a half we've been going for.
yeah, at least
Yeah.
an hour and a half.
It's
128. It's 128.
Like, we can squeeze another couple minutes.
We can get another minute and 5 seconds tops. But no, we'll say our goodbyes. We're going to try and get into doing more of these once the season starts. Does anyone have a start date? Do we have a start date?
Working on it.
I've been told March.
Okay.
It will be
I
released.
feel like Shuby has delayed the start of the season for when I move, which I've told him not to do, but I think he's just doing that anyway.
That's nice. That's nice of him.
Yeah. Anyway,
That's okay.
thanks for joining me, guys. Thanks for sitting through all this, and thanks to the viewers for watching. We'll be back next week I don't know with who, and at some time in the future with 3 celebrity guests when I record it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah. So yeah, have a good
Bye.
rest of your day, people.
Yeah, dude, you guys are gonna
Yeah,
lose.
have a good day, people.
No, motherfucker!
No.